Oh, baby, this is take two. You know it's take two. It's 2 days after Star Wars Day, May the 4th, May the 6th, Friday, SketchUp Live Day. We're here with tips. We're here with the Landspeeder, the speeder, Luke's speeder. I'm thrown off now because it's the second time I've done this, but it's going to be a great show. It's going to be a lot of great SketchUp tips. Hot dog, it's going to be a lot of fun. And so now, for the second time, here is your host, Aaron Dutson.
Hey guys, we just did a practice run in case you were wondering what happened there. That's all on me. I'm gonna introduce and then I'm gonna come clean with you. But I'm Aaron. I'm gonna do some modeling for you in SketchUp today, and with us is Matt Robinson running the sound and hyping the hype.
Don't mess up.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Hello. So, yeah, I think Matt spent a solid 4 or 5 hours downloading Star Trek sound. So,
Star Trek.
Oh man,
boy, you're gonna have people knocking down your door.
Which brings me to my second point. I've been a little under the weather and may be slightly medicated. So, if I do things like forget to turn on the sound or refer to the whole stream by the wrong name, that's on me. I apologize.
No, you're so pumped full of over-the-counter, cough drops that hey, anybody would be fumbling. No, but no, we appreciate you playing through under the weather. Got the the nice tea there.
That's right.
And
wouldn't miss it. Wouldn't miss it. This is gonna be fun. All right, a couple business things to cover beforehand, and then we'll hop into it. One thing, as always, we're going to keep hyping this up, but we do have 3D Basecamp coming up this September. You can check it out, 3dbasecamp.sketchup.com. If you're interested in purchasing a ticket, you can knock solid 15% off by using my full name at checkout. Just put in Aaron Dietzen, all one word, and unlock 15% off any ticket you choose to purchase. So that's an option if you do decide to come. Great way to save a little money. Some other things that are happening. Just let you know now, in case I'm all used up by the end of this and forget. Tyson's going to be back here next week, and based on your guys' suggestion, he's going to be modeling something for use on a CNC. So he's going to pick a thing. I don't know what it's going to be, if it's going to be a stool or an apple crate or something, but he's going to design a thing to go to CNC and kind of walk you through the process of exporting those files. So it's going to be a good one. Come back for that, especially if you have interest or you're one of the people who have asked about SketchUp for CNC. The week after that, we're going to do something fun related to a little competition we got going on right now. So coming up at Basecamp again, we do talk about more than Basecamp, I promise, but this is a cool thing because at Basecamp, we're going to have a kind of an exhibition, a 3D art exhibition where
experience.
That's experience. That's a better word. Thank you very much. Where your SketchUp models could be experienced by the attendees at Basecamp in 3D space. It's called our Curious Creatures Competition. Matt will throw a link up to that. You guys can check it out, and anybody can enter. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be fun. You should definitely apply to that. And we're gonna be talking a little bit more about it. Not a week from today, but 2 weeks from today, we'll be coming back and doing some modeling specifically for that contest. So it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, get psyched. Don't miss it.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be good. So I know you guys had lots of highs, and I just blasted into stuff. I apologize. Just running at about 60%, I guess. But hello, hi. Thank you guys for checking in. What do we got? We got
Hello
some
there.
England, Halifax, Long Beach.
Greetings, Exalted One.
Whoa, Matt likes Long Beach. Iceland.
Welcome.
Devon.
Hey.
Vancouver.
Hello.
Peru.
Hey.
Norway.
Hi.
Italy.
Hi.
And then someplace called No Sound really chimed in a lot. So
Nice to see you again. How you doing?
welcome everybody from No Sound.
The response to that joke.
Oh, sometimes they land, sometimes they flop. But yeah,
Hey,
thank you
I
guys. Thank you for hanging out with us. This is gonna be a lot of fun. So I'm not gonna intro this anymore. Did I catch everything, Matt? Is there anything else I was supposed to say? I think we're good.
I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, we'll probably have other plugs throughout, but
Awesome.
yeah, no, that's good for now.
Cool. Well, with that, we will get into our May 4th on the 6th. And I got to say, 2 days late. Matt, do you want to drop your...
Wait, sorry. God, you teed me up and I didn't even know what I was supposed to hit.
I was going to say, Matt made an awesome joke about it being the 6th. And then I saw somebody made the same comment on the forum. I didn't know if that was you borrowed.
I was just reading out the forum comment. I don't want to.
Then we'll give credit to. I'm going to call him Wataru. His forum name's longer than that, but he referred today as Revenge of the 6th, which is 2 days after May 4th. Yeah, that gets claps. Cool. That's awesome.
Very good.
But yeah, we're gonna hop in. We're gonna go do this thing. Let's stop talking and start modeling. Here we go.
And we're gonna model some Star Wars stuff today. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us.
Well, that was creepy.
We've done a lot of Star Wars stuff.
Watch me take a sip.
May the 4th. It's Baby Yoda Day.
Wow.
Maybe I'll watch a Star Wars movie this weekend. That'd be fun.
Whoa, just got a little meta in here. Oh. I hate that guy's voice, man. Okay.
I think it sounds great, but
good. I'm glad somebody likes it.
Luckily, we have a lot of previous Star Wars streams to pull from. So
we have done a handful of Star Wars models, and they tend to be kind of fun.
Of Star Wars.
Sorry. Okay.
I mentioned I'm a little lightheaded already, and that's just woo! It's playing right in my ears. Oh my gosh. Oh. I think I'm
okay.
here.
No more Aaron clips.
Okay. Usually that's when you play one more.
Making these videos a lot.
I know.
Even more. I'm just showing something you want to see.
Okay.
Okay, that's actually it for Aaron. Yes.
All right. Thanks for rolling with that, guys. All right, so I'm going to import some files. We're going to start by just coming in here. I downloaded a couple of images. I'm going to download or pull this one. It's just called Landspeeder. And I put this in the forum, forums.sketchup.com, and you can grab these files. So as usual, I'm just going to go nice and big with this. So these are just reference files to show me the shapes that I'm looking for that I want to model, and then we'll get our shapes in there, and then we'll scale it to the right size and maybe put an Mirage in there or something once we get that modeled. You can see that the only images on here is a real nice clean top and front view. There's not a side view here. So I did download one more. I'm going to load this extra one as a watermark. So we'll put it in the corner up here. I'm going to go to my styles. I'm going to go to the watermark tab. It's a little teal or tan box with the word OK on it. That's what a watermark is.
Yes, the universal symbol for watermark.
That's right. Everybody knows that. Okay. I'm going to grab my Landspeeder. And this is actually a pull from the movie, but it shows real clearly from the sides what this thing looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually put it in the background. I'm going to fully opaque, not see through at all. And I'm going to position it in this corner. Whoops. Position it in this corner and then scale it down. I just need reference there. I don't need a whole lot of detail. I just don't have a side view, so I can't tell like how far these vents that are on the front go back, that kind of thing. So awesome. That looks pretty good. Go ahead and finish that. So there we go. Now I'm set up. I got my reference. So as I look at this shape, and I've been thinking a little bit, but not really diving into how I'm going to model this. I feel like there's a couple main pieces I want to put in here. One's going to be this body, so this big bar of soap body. I want to model that as a component, and then take the component, put it on two axes, so I can actually, do both halves. Work on this piece and this piece at the same time. Then I have these engines. Two of the engines are the same. One of them has the cowling removed, so you see a bunch of stuff inside. We'll start with the same shape. We'll make that 3 times. From there, we have this cool bubble windshield. I'm excited about that one. and then basically the three pieces that pop up and hold the engines on. That's it. That's all there's to it. That should be a snap. I am going to leave some of the stuff off, like how much detail we get into the engine with the cowling off. We'll see. That'll be based on how much time we have. Same with the cockpit. I'll probably just stand up some chairs and put a middle console, that kind of thing. Just enough in there to represent that there's something there and not go into a whole lot of detail. For one thing, I don't have a whole lot of detail, so it's hard to get too much more in there. But we'll get enough in there. You know what it is. You'll know what it is for sure. That's definitely one of my goals. So with that, let's go ahead and let's hop in and let's start. I'm wondering if I chase this back. Okay, so it does kind of taper. I'm going to have to use my imagination a little bit because it's really hard to tell what happens back here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a rectangle that goes back to wherever that point is, where that intersects. I'm going to draw a line up the middle. So here's a good reference line to the middle of the reference drawing. And I'm just going to pull that across like that. So now that means I don't have to model the whole thing. I can just model one half like that. All right, so that is my initial half of a top view. So one of the things I like to do when I use reference images like this is in my styles, well, two things. So one thing is I might come in here and change my edge style to a specific color other than black. So maybe I'll do like a bright orange color. That just makes it easier to draw lines on top of black and still see them. I may end up changing that again. I don't know, see how my brain handles it. The other thing I like to do is do this particular step where I do my initial tracing in an X-ray view. So I'm going to go to face style, turn on X-ray. That way I can draw on the surface but still see through. All right, I'm just curious if I do this, how close is that? So it's a little bit off. It's not quite perfect there, but I think I'm going to be good with that. That's going to be, again, this is just a reference image. Cool, that looks good. I'm going to grab that, make it a component. I'm going to name it because I always name my components. Always, always,
Every time.
always. And with that, I'm going to do my first save.
Save.
Sometimes I wake up at night with that sound running through my head.
That sound looking me right in the face.
Oh, it comes
Eye to
after
eye.
me. It's rough. All right. So, yeah, that's going pretty good. Maybe I'll do this now. I'm going to take a copy of this, Option copy it over, like that. I'm going to invert the scale so it's backwards. And then slide it back over here. That way, as I make progress on one half the component, the whole thing will update. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and grab another copy over here. And we want to line this up with the middle also. So again, in the interest of getting a center line, I'm going to use a line in the model as a center. There we go. And then I'll take this, I'll do a couple rotations because we're rotate like that. And then we're also going to rotate it up like that. Awesome. And then I'll put that at the bottom. All right. Now, as tempted as I am to go in and push-pull that up, I'm not actually going to use a push-pull on this. I'm going to use a follow me. So because we have these two, they're not, I actually thought this was like a perfect circle, but you can see it's actually not. And you can kind of tell that here, where I don't have like a perfect circle coming around. It's definitely like a little bit elliptical, oblique. I don't know. It's a little bit not that.
A little smushed.
Yeah, a little smushed. There we go. So I am going to draw some reference lines here. All right, something else you may have picked up on. These two drawings are different scales. So I can see here, I went from the center line to the outside edge on this drawing. And if I look at the center line here, my outside edge is over here. So we're definitely a little bit off. It's okay. I mean, we're not carrying super precision kind of stuff here. If I was more concerned about this is something I was going to machine out of metal or something like that, I may want to come in and break this picture into 2 pieces and scale it so they're all the same size. In this case, again, I'm just going to kind of use it as a reference, so I'm okay not having that perfect. One thing I am curious about, so it looks like up here, I have a little bit of flat before that arc. It's not a full arc. I'll have to put it in with Bezier or something like that. That arc starts, a little bit of flat there. So I'm curious if I come into this component and I put, here's where the windshield is. I'm wondering how far. Okay, so I want to start a little bit over from that. So I'm going to say like right here. All right, that's good to know. So I'm going to come up like this. I'm going to put a little rectangle, something like that. And then what I have right here is these grates that, or vents or whatever, come around here. I'm not going to include those in this follow me that I do. I just want to get the bulk of the shell here. But I do want to acknowledge where they're going to be. So I'm going to check and see if they line up with the middle. Not quite. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So right about here, the middle of this piece is where the center of that is. So I'm going to do this. I'm just, for my own reference, I'm going to put a rectangle there. Oop. I'm going to grab that. All right. So these are the shapes that I care about.
You don't care about any of the other shapes?
I don't care. I just don't care. I try. Gosh. I try to care. I don't care.
Apathy is even worse than hate.
I know. It's terrible. I'm a miserable person. All right. I'm going to take this and I'm going to drag that into about there, which is our edge here. And then, well, let's see if I just do a regular arc from here to here. I'm curious how that's going to look. Meh. Yeah, I think I'm going to take these two, scoot them in just a touch, and then I'm going to draw Bezier curve from here to here. This one's going to come out here so it blends in nice there. This one I have a little more freedom as far as how I want to bring it in, maybe something like that. And then, I just don't like it.
Yeah. Well, it looks weird because the image is different than that.
So exaggerated. All right. I'm making a call as the designer. I'm playing with it. All right, let's grab these two. All right, I'm going with that. And then down here is going to be a little bit different because this is the top and bottom are not symmetrical. You can actually see it. You can see the difference in the space between here and here. It's a little off, but I want to do something comparable down there. All right, there we go. Cool. And now I'm going to close up this face and I'm going to get rid of, there we go, all these interior lines because all I want is one closed face right there. And I want that face to follow around here. Now, here's a thing that's going to happen. When it comes around to the front, if I just do a follow me, because this is angled right here, I might get a weird cutoff there. So actually, maybe not. I'm going to run it a little bit long and see what happens. Actually, let's try without it. Worst case, it doesn't work, right?
Let's go for it.
That's right. I like that attitude. Caution to the wind, man. All right.
Forget it.
Get rid of those extra ones. I'm going to grab this, copy it. Actually, we'll go ahead and cut it. Come in here, edit, paste in place. I did that, so just so you guys know, I did that intentionally outside of context, so I didn't have like lines joining and that kind of thing. I know sometimes Tyson and I do different things. I always wondered like how he would do some of that stuff, but I like to do that. I like to keep my context separate as much as possible until I'm ready to actually make it count. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to weld this so I have a single line. I'm going to Tools, Follow Me, grab that right there. All right, and there we go. Let's see. All right, I'm going to get rid of X-ray. Oh, I turned it off and then back on. All right. Looks pretty good. A little bit of cleanup to happen. Nice. All right. So speaking of cleanup, I'm going to come in here. Actually, well, I'll do it in this one. It'll be easier because there's not another one on the side. I just have a couple extra pieces hanging over there. Easy to get rid of. A couple spots here in the middle. Something happened right here. A little weird. I'm not sure what happened. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a line straight up and see where that hits. All right, so it went a little bit past that center line I have created. So this is what I was saying with the follow me. It took the geometry just past. It's super easy cleanup because I can just go, I just basically have to create a plane on there.
Yep.
And then see, that's all I got to shave off. I just got to shave that little tiny slice off there. Just a planer would do. So I'm going to grab these 3 pieces and this, right click, intersect face with selection, and there we go. Now I should be able to come in and get rid of some stuff. It's actually, where'd it go? There we go.
You get the microscope out for this one.
Yeah, it's tiny. It was not hanging over much. And it seems to have tapered up to the top. It's actually in line at the very top. That's
I don't like this.
So generally when you do follow me, that was one of the things I was like, I wonder if I have to do this. I'll run the end long so I get a nice clean break, a piece to cut off. Because yeah, over here too. So it ended up turning that shape just slightly and running it just a little bit long. So easy cleanup. Actually, I'm doing this a complicated way. I probably could have just selected the other thing and then inverted my selection and deleted these. Ugh, come on, man.
Well, this is a fun.
It's like hand
Fun thing to
stitching.
watch.
It's just so enjoyable. It looks like I got one more, maybe not. All right. So with that, let's go ahead and just let's close this up. Looks like a little geometry.
Andy also posted some sort of perspective, like photos, in the forum thread. If you're
Nice.
looking for extra detail,
I will be.
you will be. It's my Yoda impression.
Wow. I thought it was recorded.
Oh my gosh, I'm a regular Frank Oz, and I didn't even know it.
Yeah. What you're doing here, kind of go get in movies, make some real money, and be happy because that's what happens when you're in movies. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's looking pretty cool. Nice. I feel inclined to drop these pieces in right here. So I'm going to do that next. So one of the things that happens is up here, we have kind of a squashed circle. So I'm going to start by, I'm going to come out of context. I'm going to find the center and pull that up. Oop. I'm going to cut it in half. And then I'm going to slide this over. And I said it doesn't look like it's quite a full circle. It's a little bit squished. So I'm going to go ahead and grab it, use scale to just kind of get that shape. All right. What this is just going to be a cutter. So I'm going to take this piece, make it big, make it a group, and drop it down in there. And now what I'm looking for is this piece right here to get cut to that. So if I just grab this, intersect face with model, anything that hits in the model will get taken out. So I can get rid of that then, come back in here. There we go. So now I have that break there. it does, let's check those reference images real quick. Yeah, so what it does, these come back and kind of end in this big hole. This is actually a hole set into the side of the whole thing. Question is, where is that? Because as we look at this, so there's our front. Ooh, that's looking nice, looking good. Nice. We come back. This, I don't know, I'll call it a wing. Starts out right about here, and it looks like that is just in front of it. I'm gonna grab this, make a copy over here. A little confusing because in the images it looks like this goes, the little vent goes all the way to the back of the seat. So this wing must be up above all this mess right here. So that's cool. We can handle that. So yeah, so I'll bring it back to, let's get my x-ray back on. So we'll take it back to, you know, like I said, about where the seat is. So around here, and then it goes forward to, it looks like about halfway up the windshield. So maybe, yeah, about here. We'll put that hole in first, and then when we run these vent pieces back, we can cut it off at there. And of course, this nothing's as easy as it should be. So we don't have a nice even vent. It looks like it's rounded on the front, and at the back, it's got kind of rounded corners. Actually, it might be kind of rounded both ways. We're just go ahead and do that. I'm going to put a circle right here in the middle. Come over here. Cut that in half. And I'll take this one, bring it over here, scale it forward like I did before. And then I'll just take that and then oh, of course it meets right there. All right, so we won't do that. We'll come bring a copy over here first, get rid of this. And then I can rotate that. Rotate a copy so it doesn't do any weird destruction of my geometry.
Destruction.
Yeah, that feels like it's gotta be in Star Wars somewhere, right? Oops.
Leave my geometry alone.
Awesome. Okay, so we got that, and then that will be, like I said, that's just pushed in some amount. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I'm looking at pictures of toys and live action images shot on film. How many years ago? 50 years ago? No, 40 years ago?
Some number.
40 plus?
Can't SketchUp do math for us?
Yeah, math's for suckers. Software does that for you. All right, which gives me, all of that done, gives me this shape right here. So, a couple things I could do here. The edge of these pieces kind of run parallel to here. So these ribs are going to be pushed inward. I could do that with joint push pull. Let's try that. Let's do some stuff. I'm gonna do some stuff. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna do some stuff. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total, which means 14, 15, 16 points on a line. So if I go draw a line, I'm out of context again intentionally. I'm going to grab a line, divide that into 16 points. So that means I'm going to draw, right, this would be one rib. I'm sure there's a better word for that.
Don't get technical with me.
Absolutely. All right, I'm a little bit off, but fortunately, since it's all going to scale relative, I can just go scale, pull that down. All right, so that will be the height of one of these pieces right there. Cool. What I'm going to do now, I'm I'm going to delete these. It's very important because it looks cool.
Yeah, I love it. Great
That's
look.
the whole reason I did that. All right, and then I'm going to grab something like this. I'm going to make this into a group, and I'm going to align that guy right here. I'm going to pull it back this way so it overlaps here. And then I'm going to also pull it so it laps all the way to the center here. All right. Now, I'll take that surface, move it down once. I'm going to do that 13 more times. All right. So what I just did there, I'm going to get rid of this extra geometry. What I just did there was made 14 cutting planes. So if I come in here now, I can actually, this is kind of cool because I can turn that geometry off. I can grab just this and I can say intersect face with model. Even though the other geometry is not visible, it still shows up here. And now, I was going to try to do as much, well, you guys know this. I like doing as much as possible with just standard SketchUp. But there's some stuff where I could go in and offset this. It would be possible, totally, but I think joint push pull is just going to make it easier and quicker. So you guys won't spend, I won't be stitching geometry, that sort of thing. No, see, this is a working smarter scenario right there. So I will take that. I'm going to go into Tools, Freelance Collection, Joint Push Pull, and we're going to use Joint Push Pull. And I'm going to grab this first one, and I'm going to push it in an amount. I'm going that far. Oops. I want to make sure I have, try it again. Joint push pull, joint push pull. Finishing, I want to actually pull the original surface in. I don't want to copy it. That's what that setting is. And there we go. There's one. I'm going to take a look and see how that looks in the front. Yes. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same on this one. Double click, double click, double click, double click, double click, double click, and
Double click.
Woo! Nailed it. All right.
You know, sometimes I amaze even myself.
Oh. Okay, informal poll. Episode 4, right? Because that's where we're living right now. Who's your favorite character? Who's the character that you watch and you're like, oh, that was such a good character? Who's your character?
The Jawas.
Okay, Matt can't vote.
Vote revoked.
So love to hear you guys in the comments. Who did you like best? I actually liked the Jawas. They were fun, and I did think it was funny in The Mandalorian for everybody who watched that. And it's okay to do a spoiler. Season 2's out. The way that Mandalorian goes in and just kind of spends a good half a show slaughtering Jawas because they stole his
Really?
stuff.
Oh yeah, you don't want to do that. I've not seen any of the new Star Wars stuff, so I'm an original trilogy only guy. Well,
Hey.
I mean, I've seen the prequels, but I haven't seen any of the newer ones.
The new sequels, I guess, I don't know. The new old ones? Yeah.
Yeah, the older new ones, and then the new. Yeah, Han is the easy answer, of course, and Darth Vader's a cool one too.
That is true. You know, it is funny because I'm okay, I'm gonna date myself right now, but like looking back, I think, and I may have said this before, but I think Darth Vader like set a new standard for what a bad guy could be. You know, just scary dude. He was just scary.
Yeah, imposing.
Yeah, instantly.
Great David Prowse.
You didn't have to be told that he was a bad guy. He walked in and you're like, okay, that's the boss, right? Because in video games, you're like, that's the boss guy. He was the boss the second he walked in that first scene.
Big boss man. Boss baby.
Absolutely. All right. I don't know if anybody found a picture of the back of the Landspeeder, but I'm gonna have to get creative here because I can't tell what's going on. It looks like from this image, this piece right here is actually part of what holds up this engine that comes back. But but something definitely happens. Like these wings come in, connect, but something happens back here that I'm not sure what to do with. So unless anybody comes with anything better, I'm going to get creative right there in a few minutes. First, go for it.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think it just kind of like slopes down, like kind of how the wings parts like slope. I think like from where like the seat is to the back kind of slopes down. That's my guess. But
back here. Yeah, it's hard to tell with the engine kind of covers all up.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna get, while you guys, you can still throw your favorite person or your favorite character up too. I mean, Han's definitely the best, obviously, but there's other good characters, I guess.
Jar Jar Binks got to vote for worst character.
Okay, I'll accept that.
Jar Jar is the key to all this. And
oh yeah, we'll have to. We'll save that for another day. Maybe we'll create it.
Modeling Jar Jar Binks' head next week.
Jar Jar torture device or something. I don't know. All right.
The Jar Giant Maiden. Okay.
I'm going to create a working plane right here. And what I want to do is I want to trace the top profile of the support for that engine right there. So I'm going to do that by going to a top view. There's a couple ways I could do this. I could actually go just drop down, draw it flat on top, and then move it over. But I'm going to try to draw it in place. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to top view like this. And I'm going to also go to my camera and change to parallel projection. Now if I turn on X-ray, I can actually draw these lines, as long as I'm careful to make sure I stay on face. So see that little blue dot indicates I'm staying on face. Now I can just come and draw these in however I need to. I'm going to draw a Bezier curve. Again, staying on face. So I'm going to come down here-ish. Snap on face. Snap on face. There we go. So I want to call it a wing. I know it's not necessarily a wing. It's starting to shape up. I kind of feel like what happens is this top rounded section kind of fades up into this geometry that juts out. I'm referencing the posted images of the toys.
Oh, Andy also dropped it's another rendering of the area that you're looking for is not really easy to see, but
still rough. Yeah, okay. So it kind of does that. It doesn't. I think there's some stuff's off because the pictures that everybody's posting, this line right here is back like right here. So like at the back of the cockpit. Instead of right here, it's like comes out in the middle. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have it actually come out like right above this piece right here, which is cool. We're working off of images of stuff that, hasn't been real for a while. So
I don't think George put too much thought into the original trilogy anyways.
I didn't really know what I was doing.
Fair enough.
So I think you're probably
fair enough. Thanks, George. George gave me permission to do what I want. So that's what I got out of that.
Yeah, he's got you have full permission.
I did not stay on plane there. All right, let's try it again. Go to top view. Draw Bezier. Start like right here. Bring it back to here. There we go. Okay. That right there gives me the profile that I'm looking for. All right, so grab that. Whoop, 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 wait. Hey, Clicky.
Whoa.
Whoa. Right. Exactly. That was... Chewie's entertained. All right. All right, make that another. Oh, so many sounds to be heard. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yes. So can you see that reverse one that Andy posted?
Yeah.
Close up? You can kind of see the
So
slope
it looks
of
like it does kind of come together. It kind of goes in like this. It looks like it's hard to tell, but it looks like kind of abandons the curve and ends up sort of straight at the end. Because it's square at the back. So let's do this. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to do that. We'll pull that out to here. Like that, and then we really just have to come up with a good way to kind of bring this all together. But I'm not going to worry about that until after I get this wing piece made up, because I think that's going to come into it too. Yeah, actually, kind of think I want to come in here and do this. I don't know. Seems crazy. Bear with me. Just one moment.
That's not very aerodynamic at all.
No, it's not, but it's solid. All right.
Yeah, it's a solid chunk.
So I'm going to, I got to get out of perspective, or I got to get back into perspective, because parallel projection makes my brain confused. Just don't know what's going on. All right. So I kind of feel like, so it's up here, and then it kind of goes down to, maybe we'll just say like right about here. It kind of goes up in a curve. So I'm going to create another working plane, come off this corner, across. Actually, let's do this. Let's start here, come across to here, then we'll go up to here, back to here. All right, so there's our working plane. So it kind of does a thing like this, where it kind of goes like this, and then ends up, by the end, it's kind of like blending right into that curve down below. So something like that. I think I can get that with a regular arc from here down to here.
Cool, looks wingish to me.
Yeah.
Patrick says he likes your Borderlands shirt.
Borderlands? Oh, I hope that's a joke, Patrick.
Or he said he liked your Borderlands shirt. So maybe it was a different one? I don't know.
This, I mean, back me up. Where's, you guys know, right? Who says this? I mean, we just voted about favorite character a few seconds ago. And
Chat, get on it. First one gets a free ticket to base camp.
whoa, pump the brakes.
Just kidding.
Whoa!
No. What the heck are you talking about?
Fists in the air. All right, there we go. So what I want now is, here, let's pull this out here. I did run this a little bit long, so this part will actually run into the engine. But what I want is the location that these two pieces cross. So as long as they're both solids, let's check. Solid. All right, let's get solid tools on. And I want to create an intersect. So intersect that with this one. All right, and there we go.
Nice. Also, Patrick did clarify he was talking about a few shows ago.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You got your shirts are so cool. You're getting comments on them weeks later.
I'll take it, I guess. That's
Transom says Han.
that's the boy. That's right.
Nice one.
All right. I need to get rid of some geometry here. Actually, let's just see how that looks. Little sculpting, little.
Look at that. We're
All right.
moving in real time, baby.
That's right. That's how we do it.
Because you moved it along the axis.
Moved along.
Okay.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to pull this back to meet right here. And then really the only thing we got to close up then is this section right here, which again, I'm sorry on my second monitor, I can't put it all up at once, but I'm looking at the images that Andy put up. And it's kind of one of those, yeah, something's going on there kind of images. It's kind of hard to tell exactly, but yeah, so this just needs to get all pulled together. And in fact, as I look at this too, this piece right here, I'm going to go ahead and just try to line up as many of these transitions as possible. This piece definitely moves up a little bit. There's definitely a little bit of a right there.
Yeah, so when you want to do wheelies, then you have some clearance.
Cool. All right, so I think that is like, whoa, okay, hold up. I was wondering why that snapped, or that did that. Get this back in there. Oh, because this line right here. There we go.
Also, Patrick watching from China. So, nice to have you on the stream. Thanks for tuning in from over in China.
That's pretty cool. All right, looking good. I'm gonna grab this. Actually, let's see. Is this guy right now is not currently a solid. I wonder why. Let's.
We need to inspect this.
Yes. Let's check Solid Inspector just to see what it says is going on there. Got a couple stray edges and some internal faces. All right, let's go ahead and fix those. All right, now, solid. Now, this is a component. This is a component that I have created 1, 2, 3 times. If I use solid tools right now to join these two, this will no longer be a solid. These two together will be a new group. And that will disconnect the geometry I'm actually trying to create from the whole rest of the model, all these other copies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece, which is a current. Why is that not solid? Wasn't it solid a second ago? Oh, okay, let's try.
Come on, pieces.
Yeah, work with me. All right, stray edge
also
just showed up.
Keggy, I think you're right that Jeff Goldblum's character, actor Ian Malcolm, says a similar line in Jurassic Park film. So
that's true. Yeah,
it's a double duty. And then also Randy says, I used to consider myself an intermediate modeler, but after seeing this, I'm back to beginner status.
Well, that's the nice thing about SketchUp is there's always more to learn. I feel like I mean, I don't put the title expert on myself. I feel like every time I go into the forum or I watch a video or go to Basecamp, Basecamp's huge, you guys, I learn something new every time. So there's always more to learn. It's kind of fun. The fun of SketchUp.
Yeah. The infinite pool.
Yeah, so much stuff.
Information.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to come in here. Now, if I go edit, paste in place, it's going to put it where I want it. But I can't join with this because this is all raw geometry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to triple click, make this all a new group, make sure it is solid. So now I have 2 solid groups inside the component, and I can grab both of these, union them, and by doing it that way, I've kept this as its own component, and you can see all the pieces updated, and they're all still a component. If I want to, I can come in here and explode this group. It doesn't need to be a group after I've finished joining, but there we go. Awesome. This is looking pretty cool. This is looking cool. I like this. All right, let's address this. Again, there's a couple ways I could clean this up. One thing I might do, hold on, I'm going to just glance over here again.
Andy also put another image of, it looks like a photo from a museum or something of the back of a speeder. So I don't know.
Looks like the real deal right there. All right, we're not modeling that anymore. We've moved on to something different. What references are constantly changing.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to, it's definitely square back here. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to put a rectangle right here. Awesome. Get rid of this, get rid of this. And now what I want is geometry to fill in this gap. Now this is what I was saying. There's some options here. So I could come in here. I'm going to turn my hidden geometry on. And what I could do is I could come in and I could probably stitch this up in just a couple steps and get a fairly good looking, version or set of geometry that would close that up. I could do that. And actually that was about halfway there. But I'm going to try, instead of doing that, I'm going to actually use another extension. It's funny because I came in this and I'm like, oh, I'm going to use all native tools. Now I'm like, nah, there's a lot of round stuff on here. There's some good opportunities to use some extensions here. I'm going to weld this, not extension talk, but just weld it. And then I'm going to grab, these two arcs and these 3 lines. And we're going to go up to Fredo 6 Collection. And we're going to go to Curviloft. And we're going to skin contours. Oh, look at that.
Ooh.
That got a little weird, actually.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of pointy at the end.
Let's see if we... Not quite. I will admit that if it doesn't go perfectly, I usually just go change the geometry to make it work better, because I don't know what this screen means.
Oh wow, yeah, I've never seen this before. It was like, yeah.
But yeah, this is not what I was shooting for at all. All right, so I'm going to make a little combination of the 2 steps. I'm going to go ahead and draw a line over like this. And then this section is going to be filled in by stitching.
Okay, okay.
Follow me, follow me. Like that. And then I'll just Option erase to smooth that out. This section, the reason this section is kind of weird is because I have this right here, and then this also arcs. So it's not quite as simple as just a linear stitching like that. Like that was pretty easy. So this part, let's try this again. Let's go to Tools. Let's try Curviloft and skin that again. I think we're gonna get a better result. Oh, beauty.
Look at that.
Love it. All right. So what I can do at this point, when you use Curviloft to create that loft in there, it does start off as its own group. So I do have to explode that, and then I'll come in here with my smooth eraser, get rid of those extra lines. There we go. In fact, I could probably, get rid of more of these lines, start making this look smooth.
Smoothed out.
Oh, baby. That's the stuff. Look at that. Love it.
You did have some suggestions in the chat for helping to make the Curviloft go better. Try click dragging a vertex to another. I know it's done now, but I just want to.
Yeah.
Try click dragging a vertex to another, or dividing the lines to match the number of segments of the curve.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about doing something like that. And then instead of doing that, I didn't. That's what happened there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Well, we got it done.
It's there. No, that's great. And I just gotta say, so Curviloft is one of those extensions from our buddy Fredo. And man, just awesome extensions. They do really cool stuff. Well worth a couple bucks if you'd use it. I love it. And my problem is I just don't spend enough time getting into the intricacies. Like I know there's that scene or that view where you can go in and mess with the vertices, but I haven't spent enough time figuring that out, which I need to. So I got to get on the forum and ask you guys some questions so you can help me figure it all out. All right.
Yeah.
Whew, man, this is feeling pretty good. Ooh.
Don't be too proud of this technological terror you've constructed.
So there's that. Doesn't look too terrifying to me, but
No, it's kind of like it's relaxing. It's like an old hot rod or something.
yeah, just out in the shop.
You know, it is funny because there's a handful of things throughout Star Wars that really, date it and make it look 70s. And I got to say, the color scheme on this thing with the orange and red, I remember seeing like old vans look like that same color scheme driving around. It definitely makes it look old. All right.
Yeah. Well, and it's got like the kind of Art Deco, like old roadster kind of look to the front.
The curves.
Too.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Let's get an engine made. Let's make an engine. All right. So this is a copy that I just brought straight over. So I know it perfectly lines up here. It's also the exact same scale. So I can come in here and I can start modeling without fear of like having to change something afterwards. And I'm just going to start. This is going to be easy because I'm going to draw these lines, and then it's really just going to be a follow me to make the initial one. Like I said, it's going to be a little different because the cowling is removed on one piece, so we'll have to come back and do something a little different there. But it'll follow very similar steps. So in here, I'm going to go. Let's see what I can do with arc instead of Bezier, just to see how close I can get. Yeah, that'll work. There, and then let's see if I bring this down to here. That's close. It's close enough for what we're doing. There we go. So there's the profile. And now I need to put it on a circle, so I'm just going to grab a circle. Come here. Confession time, I'm just honest with you. Every time I have to click to the red or green axis, I always hit the opposite one. Maybe I need to go in and like change my shortcuts or something. Every time. It's like, oh, I need to go to red, so I hit green first, and vice versa. I don't know what that's about.
I thought we talked about this. R is red, man.
I know. See, even knowing that and having, like, I told everybody that it was a good shortcut even. Despite that, I still can't. Oh, it kills me. All right, so before I do a follow me here, I do want to address this. There is kind of like a little bit of like maybe a lip like this, and then this goes in. It's some kind of like an intake for the engine, and then back here there is actually quite a few pieces that actually come out here. So I'm just going to go ahead and get a little bit imaginative, but kind of work off of this drawing I'm looking at.
Nice, that'll work. Derek was asking about how the mirroring between the two halves was done. Aaron modeled one half as a component and then scaled it through itself to -1 for the other half. You could also flip along the axis as well, but yeah, one half of it is a component.
Yep. Do less work when you can.
Yeah, make the computer do the work for you.
That's right. That's why we have computers, because we're smart humans. All right, so I'm going to take that now. Let me hide this to get the full effect. All right, there we go. Grab this guy, tools, follow me. Oh, and with that, look at that. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, looks like an engine to me.
All right, I'm gonna grab that.
Vroom, vroom. Let's get this thing going.
Make component. Nope. Actually, undo. I'm gonna save this circle for just a second, and I'll show you guys why. Make a component. And I don't think it's called engine on the drawing. It's called, oh no, turbine engine. Oh, with a capital N. That's my flavor. I do that. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna take that guy. He's gonna come right up here and raise him vertically. Awesome. All right. I'm going to leave this separate because these two are different. I don't want to use the same one here as is over here. So I don't want to break these two into two separate components yet. So I'm going to leave the engines out of the component because I still have cockpit work to do. I still have some stuff to do on the back end. That stuff all has to happen. I don't want to have to do that twice. So just for right now, I'm going to take this and stick it over here But now the question is, how do I get it over perfectly mirrored? How do I do that?
Let's see. Does anybody in the chat know? We need some tips. Hey,
Right.
just bring it to the forum. I post on there, bud.
Here's what I'll do. Thank you. Thanks for helping me. I'm going to go ahead and flip this over. And then I don't really care. It's going to be equal all the way around for my purposes. So I'm just going to flip it over to that side. And then I'm going to grab the top of this, or we'll go by the center of the circle. And I'm going to move that vertically so it aligns with the center of this circle.
So that's why you saved the circle.
That's one reason. Reason number next. Well, here, first let me do this. Let me go grab that again. And we'll go rotate a copy. Straight up. It's in the wrong spot, but we'll work on that in just a second. I just wanted to get that done. So here's the other reason. So I'm going to take this one right here, and I'm going to make it unique. Because I'm going to mess with it a little bit. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to start by removing the cowling. I just learned that was what that part's called.
Yeah, you casually dropped that earlier, and I was going to make a big deal out of it, but...
that would ruin the cool.
Yeah, now you've exposed yourself.
That's true. All right. I'm gonna greeblify this guy. Put some greeblies in here.
Buckets full of greeblies.
Rocket, exactly. So I'm gonna do this. I like to do this to create a seam. I'm gonna offset just a teeny bit. I'm gonna grab this disc and pull it out just a teeny bit. And then I'm gonna offset, here, actually, before I do that, I'm gonna grab this and re-weld it. And now I'll pull it out just a teeny bit and then offset that back out to here. And then when I pull this out, there we go. I end up with a little bit of a seam there. Not a lot, but I mean, it's amazing how much some texture in your geometry can account for maybe something that's not there in, your images or something like that. I'll do something similar down here. I'll offset this maybe a little bit more, make a more drastic transition here. And then offset that back up and go like that far this time. And I'm going to pull it out that far. All right, so there we have the front and the back. I don't have, again, not great reference image. I can see there's stuff going on, but I can't really see what the stuff is. Also, this portion right here is actually off of the real, the picture of the museum. So that's why I added that, even though it's not shown on here. So it looks like I have some pieces going through beginning to end. And then I have a couple like round pieces, maybe kind of around the outside, holding it together, something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with those. I'm going to get just a reference. Didn't get the middle here to middle here. And then I'm going to come in with a rectangle from the center. All right. Make that group. And I can rotate that so that it is in line with that piece, and then I'm going to grab it and make another copy around there maybe. Actually, I'm going to scoot both of them in slightly, I think.
Andy, yes, he did make it unique earlier, and shouts to Jeff for predicting that. Knew it ahead of time.
Nice work, guys. All right, so I'm going to take...
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to take those real quick. Now, this is why I left the circle. Because I'm going to grab that circle, follow me, and then I can create these rings with just a... Whoop. Did I not explode that? No, I did. Okay. Tools, follow me. There we go. And now, I can get rid of that. So it's all coming together, kind of. Now I can come over here and get rid of these because that's bothering me. All right.
Had a couple of people asking about last time you saved.
Save.
right now-ish.
Oh, we got it.
All right.
You also had a comment here. You're so dedicated, you never miss an upload. So
Why?
good job by you.
Thank you. Hey, I gotta say, I know my face ends up on the videos, but we do have a team of people working on those. I don't do it all by myself. So I do want to make sure everybody knows that it's not just me. It's
98% you. And
I don't know if I'll even claim that much, but
let's be honest, it's up there, upper 90s. But yeah, no, thanks for noticing.
yeah. All right. I'm just I want to kind of hustle this part along because there's some major geometry we have yet to create, but I do want to. It's kind of like a cage shape around this. I want to just kind of grab the spirit of, So I'm going to take this piece, give it a little bit of depth. All right, and I'm going to grab that, make a group, and then I'm going to move it. I'm going to use this actually isn't a circle, but I can inference where the middle of it is from these 2 points. I come up from here, or you know what? Don't get tricky if you don't have to. I'm going to take that, I'm going to rotate it from here. So you go around 180 degrees. Oh, option, make a copy. I'm going to come around. It's hard because you can't really see it. Maybe here if we go X-ray. So I'm going to come around 360 degrees, divide by 5. Here, let's try to do that again. Grab it, center, click, rotate with option 360, enter, divide by 5. That gives me 5. And now I can play with this a little bit and see how that looks. Let's say divide by 4. Divide by 6. All right, there, that looks right. Cool.
Nice.
Oops.
Awesome. We had a question about autosave. And I don't know, do you have autosave turned on?
I do not use autosave.
Okay.
I like to be in charge of when I save. I don't know, my computer tell me, and if I want to crash and lose everything, that should be my choice.
So there you go, Derek. Yeah, autosave's on by default, but you can turn it off.
Yeah, I mean, I have nothing against people using autosave. I think there's definitely a reason for doing that. Good reason. I find, honestly, the models I do on these days are the longest I spend on any model. I don't do production work, so I don't have hours and hours of modeling, generally speaking. So if I do something dumb, I don't lose that much. Having said
I've seen
that,
the shortcut come up quite a few times too. I feel like it's just once you get in the reflex of saving,
right
then,
yeah, exactly. Because that definitely, I definitely do try to make sure I save regularly. And especially on live screens, when I screw it up, it's very public.
Yeah, Notre Dame comes to mind, and Andy mentions it in the chat.
Still hurts.
So,
Still hurts.
yeah. You also had a comment from Jeff here that the engine strut is too far into the engine. So, what do you think about that?
Sounds like you're missing your suspension of disbelief right there.
This is the Aaron Mobile, the Aaron
That's right.
Landspeeder. It's a separate. What is this? The X34. This is the X34A.
That's
for
right.
Aaron.
It's a signature model. No,
It's like the Eddie Bauer.
That's right. All right.
Expedition or whatever.
I'm gonna call that. Yeah, what a weird thing to have Eddie Bauer name on. Like, yeah, but anyhow, all right. So that's as far as I'm gonna take it right now. So I could go into. I mean, this is one of those things where I would love to get a picture and just because these struts have like holes in the sides of them and there's cables running through and stuff. Hold it down. Keep it. Hold on. Got to get the rest of the raw geometry in first. So I'm going to do that.
Yeah,
That's
that
fun
works.
stuff.
It's a shame we only have a couple hours here to work on the model.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's sometimes 2 hours feels like a long time, I'll be honest. But but sometimes, yeah, I definitely feel like I'm just getting in the groove and it's time to call it. So
Sometimes you're kind of milking it.
sometime, yeah, on occasion that has happened.
You're just stretching. Well, last week, I feel like you did the actual Steve Jobs theater in about 7 clicks. Not really clicks, taps.
Yeah, that was definitely not as complex a building as I was thinking it was going to be. It was kind of a
cool
follow
one,
me
though.
in some copies, yeah.
Do you guys like the iPad live stream last week? Do you want to see more iPad streams in the future?
Yeah, let us know.
I like the iPad streams, but only if Mike is in the room to tell you how you're doing, how you could be doing stuff better.
I very much appreciated him being there. That was a lot of fun to get him to answer questions for sure. Not sure how I did that, but I managed to
Give it a little bendy.
not put that in the center. So, all right. I'm not. This is not. I'm drawing this by eye right here, so I'm good with this geometry. It's not off of anything. Again, this is a spot that I don't have a good solid profile view to pull from. But I think we've established that all these reference images are just kind of maybe of different things anyhow. So I think that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. Excuse me.
All right, someone's off here too. Look at that. So I'm still not quite square, but, and this, yes, anybody who's asking, this is totally a spot where it probably makes sense to just delete and draw again, but I'm stubborn. Like that. All right, let's try this. Bring this down here, run along here.
We have 4 yes votes for iPad and 1 no.
No, you don't like it, or no, you didn't like the stream. We can control one of those.
Lauren says he doesn't have an iPad, so it's not really, doesn't really do a lot for him.
All right, that's fair.
But Keggy says he doesn't have an iPad, but it's good to see what it's all about. So
Take that too.
2 sides.
All right, there we go. All right, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to take this. Yeah, it is. It's off axis this direction. There we go.
Oh God, we're really getting funky in here.
Look at that. Just a touch.
Everything's under control. Situation normal.
How are you? That's the next line. Oh yeah, look at that. What? Who drew this thing?
What's going on? I say abort.
Yeah, come
Is
on.
it too late?
It probably makes a lot of sense to just quit, but I'm so bad at that. Okay, there we go. Now we're back. Everything's good now. Everything's fine.
We're all fine here now.
How are you? Oh no, it's still off. Ah, come on, delete it. Gone. Sure, I can't. I just can't.
Bye.
Center myself. Try it again.
Breathe deep.
Oh man. All right. Let's see.
I really thought you could have salvaged that.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Okay, so now I'm just take this line.
Yep.
I'm gonna copy it. That way I'm assured to be parallel. And then grab these two. Group. Come in here. Just connect them back together. All I need is a face. I mean, this is really, I made that way more work than it should have been. All right, but that's looking, I got that. I think it's a little bit too lean back. Take this and just scoot it forward a little bit. All right. I'm going to take this now. I'm going to Command X. We'll actually cut it. I'm going to come into this one, edit, paste in place. And then just grab it. I explode it. And then we'll give it a little bit of thickness. All right, there we go. I can do a little quick detail on here too. Maybe we'll grab this line right here. Give me some aerodynamicness. Just pull that forward a little like that. Ooh, yeah. Cutting through the air. Beauty. And then because I brought this in and just dropped it on there, I may end up with some weird geometry on the inside. So yeah, here you can see right here. There we go. That flicker is the opposite face Z fighting. But there we go. That looks pretty good. Up here now, this we'd have to figure out what to do next. Here's what I might do in this case. Well, at some point we're going to join it all back together. So maybe I just won't do anything right now, and that will we'll let it join together when we put it all together, finish it there. All right. So the big pieces, I'll do this real quick just because it's here. I'm going to offset this.
Jedi Greedo said they have the same problem a couple times, I think, talking about drawing geometry slightly off axis. And they said, figured it was just from being a newbie. But
happens to everyone.
Comes for us all, getting slightly off axis. But yeah, like Aaron showed, sometimes it's just better to erase it and start back from the beginning rather than trying to fix it.
So it's usually, there's usually something is happening. It's not like, oh, it magically decided to mess with things. In that case, I think I clicked to a point that wasn't on the center line. It was a midpoint or the next line over, and then it was all off from there. And I'm trying. That was my New Year's resolution like 3 years ago, is spend less time trying to fix stuff that would take a second to just redraw.
True. Or do not. There is no try.
So wise. So wise.
So you could do that.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's tuck into this cockpit and bubble shield. This is actually one of the spots I'm most excited about. All right. I'm going to start with a center line again because I only have to model half this.
This is also one of the things that is the most 70s to me about this.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this thing? You kidding me? Oh, it's terribly 70s.
What are they going to do in the future? How about like kind of a weird bubble windshield?
You guys ever seen a Pacer? That car? Let's make some of the kind of reminiscent of that thing. Yeah, it is so dated. It is so instantly dated.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here's a thing I am going to do. When I have arcs like this, I don't like to model half of an arc, because no matter what I do, when the two halves of the arc come together, they're either like a little bit pointy, so you get a little point in the dome, or they come together a little too much and you get a little butt crack kind of thing going there. So even though I'll only use half of it, I'm going to draw this as one full arc from here to here and pull it up like that. And I'll do the same thing back here. Pull it back to here. And then, like I said, I only have to actually use this half. But now I know when I create the two halves, they will go back together. Yeah, I'm just going to draw one more arc on here right now. From here to here. Actually, let's do the same thing. I'm going to draw a circle or a line over like that. And then draw another circle to get that. So I can reference that. There we go. So that is, it's kind of like my reference geometry. I'm not necessarily, this itself won't be the final thing, but I'm going to put that in a group just to make sure anytime you move geometry from one spot to another spot, it's a good idea to put it in a group, because as soon as you drop it, SketchUp is going to look at it and see where it should join with other geometry. So if you drop it in the right place, great, perfect. If you drop it anywhere that's like slightly off, it's going to potentially join with other geometry, meaning to get it out of there, you'll have to cut it and repaste it anyhow. By putting it into a group, I can hit Command X to copy it, and then I can come into my half here, paste it there on the center, and now I can move it around. I can go, okay, well, show me my picture and go into X-ray mode. So now I can, whoa, oh, no, it was way off. Never mind. I was excited for a second there. Let's go. Camera parallel. So I can get it right where I need it, and I don't have to worry about it joining. And now that I know this is good, now I can hit explode. And now my geometry's in there. All right. So we have a couple things happening here. One is we have this dashboard, which looks like it's all flat, because you see it doesn't come up into the windshield here or here. So this dashboard area, which I'll say is like from here to here, is going to stay flat, and I'm assuming it's just flat with the main section here. Then we have seats dropping underneath in this kind of middle console. I'm going to get that console kind of started. Pull that back to here. And then, actually, we'll go back to here. Go like that.
What do you think was in Luke's center console? Like, did he have extra bottle of blue milk or something?
Womp
or
rat bait.
Yeah, probably smart. He's got some credits for his power converters.
That's right. I wanted to go into Tashi Station and pick up power converters. Oh man, so frustrating with just that whining. It always got me.
Somebody did say Luke was their favorite from the original.
Really?
It's like interesting. Hey,
Can I ask why?
As a kid, I was 100% all on board on Luke. I was like, I didn't get why people liked Han.
That makes sense. I get it.
He's a hero, you know. He's the main character.
All right, I'm gonna grab all of this. I'm gonna come out here. I'm gonna paste it. I should probably do this as one big piece also, but we're gonna make the dome a complete piece, right? So to make that full dome, and then just go in and cut this profile out of it. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do this. It's kind of a weird shape in that it doesn't look like it's actually... I'm going back and forth on this because it's really hard to tell. I mean, these two kind of look like they're different shapes anyhow, but it looks like we almost have like this piece is just coming up into a single dome as opposed to, you know, half round in like a pill kind of shape. So I think what I might do is take an arc from here to here and go vertical like that.
Jody's in the chat, says he's on Team Luke.
Oh.
Props to you. Let's start a fan club.
I don't even know what to say.
All you and all the Han people could easily beat us up because Han's obviously.
That is true. That is very true.
He's a cool guy. Randy says the center console would have a lot of USB ports. Hey, it is the universal serial bus, so it's no matter what part of the galaxy you're in, even in the outer rim, there's still that's part of the universe.
That is a thing, yeah. All right, I'm going to take that. I'm going to go to an extension again. We're going to grab Fredo 6. I did not intend to use so much Fredo 6 on here, but I find that when I do a lot of curved geometry, I tend to rely on Fredo's extensions. So that's why that's happening this way. I'm going to try scanning
this
these
stream
contours.
brought to you by Fredo 6.
All right, let's try with just these two pieces.
So what is this Curviloft again?
It was. Did I hit the wrong one? I may have hit the wrong. Was anybody paying attention to what I just did? Tools.
I was waiting to make my brought to you by joke, so no.
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt that either. All right. Well, let's try these two. Doesn't like that either. Let me try. So when it tells you that, it gives it a little message about forcing separations between the pieces. That tends to be my solution right there. Just go 2 little sections right there that I can easily stitch back together. Let's see if that, I don't know if that's going to do it or not, but let's try. Curviloft, skin contours. All right, that didn't work. That didn't work at all.
Is this why you didn't want to use extensions on the stream?
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm thinking of some different options here. I'm kind of thinking that...
Could you try to do a quarter? It's symmetrical on either side, right? With that?
That's true. Yeah, let's try that. So let's drop a line right here. Over to here. Now I just have to figure out what this would look like. And I think, well, here I'll do this. I'll just do an arc straight across and then come up to that point. That should be where it hits. So now, yeah, so now I should be able to click here, click here, click here. And I feel like this kind of shape generally goes better. So let's try this. Let's go to Fredo 6. Skin that. Boom. That's exactly what I wanted. MVP. Thanks, Matt.
Yay! Nice job, Matt. Nice job, Matt. MVP. Oh.
Wow. Apparently Matt doesn't get enough recognition, guys. So we gotta up the props for him because that's concerning.
Yeah, kind of sad.
All right. So there's our full dome. I'm gonna take all of that, explode it. Smooth it. Okay, cool.
Kind of looks like an Apple mouse, like a magic mouse.
I saw that being used in a SketchUp thing somewhere recently, and I don't get it. Does okay? I'm going to ask here. Does anybody out there use an Apple mouse? Please tell me.
I do, not for work, but for my personal other desktop at my house, I do.
Oh. Okay,
the gestures are nice to have the gestures on there.
I agree. I agree with that. I just struggle so hard with the ergonomicness or lack of ergonomicness of it. It hurts my hand. Maybe I grab onto things too hard. Maybe that's my problem.
My hand cramps up when I use it too.
Okay, that sounds right. All right, so that's you guys. That looks. I'm buying it. I'm buying it. All right. Let me get rid of X-ray. What I need now is I need a cutter that is this. So I'm going to come into one of these, grab this, copy it. I'm just going to paste it over here. All right, grab that. Pull that up. I'm going to smooth these out beforehand. If you smooth out those kind of intersections, they won't end up in the cut. So that's the reason for that. Grab that, make a group. And now plunk this down right there.
Plunk.
And I'm going to grab this surface, intersect face with model. Oh. Man, you know, sometimes stuff just works, and it's neat. It's neat when that happens.
Absolutely. I'm glad to see you amused by yourself.
Woo! High five me.
I'm right along there with you.
No, you're still cheering for yourself. I know the truth.
That's for chat. You can decide who that applause was for.
Who gets that? All right. This is looking just super cool. I'm so excited about how this is coming along. All right, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna hide it for now. Just get it out of the way because I want to come in and I want to drop in some of this detail. Like I said, this is a spot where it's like the interior of a car. This is probably someplace we could spend a serious amount of time. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just kind of take a look over here and just kind of try to figure out exactly where everything fits. In the back here, we'll do a little bit of a kind of a little offset down like that, and then maybe we'll drop. So this is where the chairs go. The chairs go here. So I'm gonna push that down quite a ways. The center console, I think, is going to drop. It actually looks like it kind of maybe comes back up, but I'm just going to grab it right now. For right now, I'm going to put it down like this. And then we'll drop this down just a little bit. I don't know. I maybe absolutely am making stuff up right now. All right, so something like that for the interior there. And then, excuse me, we'll get a couple seat type shapes in here. What do I mean by that? I mean,
they have a back and they have a bottom.
That's exactly what we're going for. Backs and bottoms.
Are you more of a back guy or a bottom guy?
Right. Pull that across to here. There we go.
Andy says there's probably cigarette lighter in there.
Oh,
it's the 70s. Guarantee.
Yes.
Even though it was a convertible, it probably smelled like smoke.
Probably so. Awesome. All right, so I'm just draw a line right here to break this seat type shape.
I kind of like the low poly. Should have done this whole thing as a low poly model. The seats in the console, I'm just like, dig it.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
It's a Lego version.
That's true. I did see, I don't know if anybody here likes Legos and Star Wars, but they did just very recently release a new kit of this exact thing.
Whoa!
Need to get on it.
Yeah. Quit talking. Let's talky more Lego-y. There's some weird break here. I'm not sure what exactly is going on, but all right. Doesn't matter. This is all I have to do to fix that. See, there, I'm learning. Don't worry about it. Just get rid of it. Get rid of extra geometry.
Keep it simple.
That's right.
Don't try to force it.
Oh. What? I get a ba-dum-tsh. You don't get a ba-dum-tsh.
Okay. Don't try to force it.
Thank you very much. Good. Oh, yeah. Took it all the way.
Yep.
All the way to crickets.
All the way. Okay.
All right. And then I'm assuming, because human beings have to sit in here, that will have this will push forward.
Oh, hot dang. Transom said that's 200 buckos for the Lego kit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, $200.
Not just for kids anymore. They're serious about their stuff.
I was thinking it was going to be 20.
Nope. But it's big. It's like, I mean, I'm guessing it's like over a foot long, the pictures I've seen of it. So it's thousands of pieces. No joke here. Real deal. All right.
Do they just run out of other cool ships? I feel like there's so many cooler things than this. No offense to this little speeder, but
there's a lot of Star Wars Lego stuff. I actually kind of feel like Legos were like real popular like in the, I don't know, 70s, 80s, and then kind of took a dip. And I feel like licensing is what brought them back. And I think Star Wars was at like the beginning of that. Like they were the big thing that got licensed. All right. I like this. I'm at that point right now where I'm like, okay, what do I do? What do I go next? And I'm starting to lose my voice. So I think we're there. I've been trying hard to not start coughing, guys, too. So, but I mean, this is cool. I like the way this looks. Actually, I don't like that. I want this to kind of.
Yeah, I like it too. Somebody earlier did mention that the middle engine is a little bit larger than the side engines.
You're talking about that X33. On the X32, we got it's comparable.
Okay.
No, I have no idea. That could be.
Yeah, that's the
Absolutely.
That's the limited version.
Yeah, again, I was going off this, and I feel like I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying now I feel like I got to check. All right, let's grab that.
Just I can't tell. I can't tell if it's an optical illusion or it looks a little fatter.
So on this drawing, it looks like they're the same, but that doesn't mean. Oh no! But look, see these little venti things? They're in a different spot. So let's check that. So on this drawing, they are the same, but that doesn't mean anything. We've already discovered that there's definitely some things off about this. Not a big deal. But now I want to go through the steps of making this one solid piece because, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the window makes 6. Oops, I drew that in context. There we go. So let's take our 6 pieces and make them all into one. We'll start with these. So here's a thing that's going to happen. If I go edit this and I'm going to hide everything else, I'm also going to come in here and view, component edit, hide similar components. This right here, I may want to delete. I may want to delete that face right there. That's just going to make it easier to join everything together. It also lets me come in here and clean up redundant faces and geometry that I don't need. This?
Did you already hide all those adjoining lines?
I didn't.
Okay.
So that's, if I wanted to keep it as separate parts, then I would come in here and I would say shift erase these pieces. Actually, it'll probably speed up my, I don't know what happens. Let's get rid of them. Let's get rid of a couple of them and see what happens. I'm going to hide these lines on the center and I'll just do the top. Then we can compare top and bottom. All right, I'll go that far. So when I come out here, it looks like it's all connected. Whoops. I erased too much.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, it's that spot that was all weird, too. See if I can just... No. So I can be lucky. No, I can't.
In my experience, there's no such thing as luck. But...
Valid point.
I literally was going to add that to the drops. Ran out of room. I put so many new Star Wars clips in here. I had to pick and choose.
Ran out of space. That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Priorities. All right, I'm just have to undo a couple times. Get my face back. That's right where the seat ended up against the curve, and then I decided to do this little push-pull to set it apart from the backdrop. So I created some weird geometry and thought I was cleaning something up. Turns out I was making a mess instead of cleaning things up. All right, there. That's really what we need. All right, so
sorry about the mess.
It happens. Yeah. All right, there we go. Erase there. All right, so all I'm doing is shift erasing to hide. So when I come back out here, if I wanted to keep this as 2 separate pieces, that's what I would do. Because then I can come in here, put color on whatever I want, and it's going to look nice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 2 pieces, make a group with the 2 chunks, come in and then explode them. And what will happen is SketchUp will join them back together. And you'll see that those lines that were hidden stayed hidden. They're still there. So if I wanted to really clean this up, I'd still want to go select and just erase them. But I don't know if you're not too concerned about that, or actually running something like cleanup may take care of that for you. If I get rid of hidden geometry, this usually makes it pretty easy to get rid of that stuff because I can come in here and do a group select on the ends, and that gets all those pieces. These ones I don't want to erase because that's where curved geometry is coming together. So those ones I'll just soften and smooth. This guy on the bottom I should be able to erase. This square back I should be able to go get rid of that, get rid of that. This will have to get merged together. So there we go. I got one piece now. Now, right here, let's see, did that end up solid? Solid. Solid.
Solid as a rock.
Oh, I do love that show. That was a Arrested Development drop Matt just did, in case you guys did not get that. If you don't watch it, you should do that. All right. Question for you. Guys, go search this. How long is Luke's speeder? I'm going to need to know that in just a couple minutes.
Oh. Somebody get the Wikipedia.
That's right. We go to my tool palettes, bring my solid tools back up, and I'm just going to, I really don't care about this as a component anymore or this. They're all going together. So I'm going to go ahead and solid shell them, outer shell them. Again, to get that one joined in. And this guy over here is going to be a little funny because he himself is not a solid. I don't know why he's male. I apologize. This guy, this thing is a series of groups. So I'm going to go ahead and grab all the groups. Here, let's see if I triple click here. I can make that a group. Triple click here, make that a group. Triple click here, make that a group. Since these are all pretty simple geometry, I feel good about them for the most part being solid. This one's not. I think this has some interior faces, but I think I can go to Solid Inspector. Yeah, just get rid of those. All right, so now I got a whole bunch of solids. And I think what I might be able to do is just grab all of it and outer shell the whole thing. Let's see what happens. There we go. Now we got one big solid item.
It worked.
Well, kinda. Huh. Undo. Undo. Oh, glad you had that. Okay, let's try this again. I'm gonna grab. Let me just try to grab these pieces. Something's not going right with the intersection of these. So I'm just curious. I'm gonna outer shell that real quick. It still didn't intersect. That is so weird. Huh. Let me come in here and grab this and intersect this with the model. That'll give me those cuts. So I wonder what happens now if I outer shell that. Looks better. Let's outer shell against this. There we go. That's actually coming together now. That was weird. I'm not sure. 9 out of 10 times. It's something special that I have done. All right, that's now a solid group. So now I should be able to grab that solid group and, because inside, sorry. Let me explode that. All right, now, make a group. Quick check on Solid Inspector. Nested instance. What is going on here?
What's in where?
All right, there we go. Nested instance. Is it hidden or something? Oh, what the? Huh, that was weird.
How dare you? What is going on?
Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, remember when I was messing with a copy of 360 degrees and then do an array? That first copy ended up on top of the last copy. So There we go. Now she's solid. So we grab both these guys, outer shell it, boom. Oh, one solid piece. You wanted to 3D print this thing, you could. And then let's unhide this guy. Oh, loving it. So cool. Yeah, that turned out pretty good for like, what, an hour and a half model. Did we get the length? Did somebody come up?
We had two different ones, 7.4 meters or 3.4 meters. Nobody.
All right.
They seem, yeah.
Mark Hamill's like, what, under 6 feet long. So he's under 2 meters. His body's this long.
He's like a womp rat.
Yeah, he's a tall womp rat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's 7 meters, because 7 meters would be like 3 marks long. But 3 doesn't seem right either. 3 seems a little too short. Well, here, let's do it. Let's do this. We have the technology. We can figure this out, guys. I'm going to group these two together. I want to make 2 copies. All right. I'm going to come into this one, and I'm going to select all. We're going to go grab my tape measure. We're going to go from about the end to, you know, about the end. And I'm going to say 3.4 meters. Oh, I was drawing a line. Try this again. Yes, please. All right, so let's take this 3.4 meter speeder. Enjoy that. Enjoyed that very much.
It's a coupe, so
ooh, that's teeny. All right.
Yeah.
Let's take this guy. Let's try it again. Let's see what this 7.4. Let's see how that works.
Okay.
Or was it 7?
Yes, 7.4
meters.
Seems like it should be somewhere in between,
I was going to say,
right?
I really feel like that's too big. Like, that's a starship right there. And this is like my first Landspeeder from Sony or something. Y'all lying to me.
It's so weird.
It says 3.4 on Wookiee, but I wonder what they're measuring to too. You know, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Here, okay, come here, Niraj. I'm gonna make a copy of you.
There's probably a shot in the movie of them standing next to it, aren't they? Who knows?
All right, anybody who really likes Niraj needs to look away for just a second, because I Darth Mauled him.
He'll be back.
All right, we'll take that, rotate it to green. All right, let's drop
Colin makes a good point here that Mark Hamill is about the same height as Niraj. So it's good that this can be pretty much a one-to-one comparison here.
Good, fair, nice and fair. We like to make this scientifically accurate as possible here on live modeling sessions.
It looks like he's gonna get decapitated or something.
All right,
I think it
let's
was...
bring it back here. Let's well, I mean, look how much Luke's sticking out of this here.
Yeah.
You guys decide. I'll put it up at the 3D warehouse. You can scale to whatever size you want. You know, I remember there is that. So there is that scene where, you know, they're going into Mos Eisley's or wherever, and Ben and Luke are in there, and it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of spare room, but it doesn't look like it's quite this cramped either. So I don't know.
Keggy says you could split the difference and go 5.4 meters.
Here's my favorite solution. Let's just grab it and just go
scale it till it looks right.
boom. That looks about right. Oh, Niraj got lost. All right, that's a little closer.
Yeah, I buy it.
With the science of looks perfect.
That ought to do.
There-ish. All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna, like I said, I will throw this up on 3D Warehouse. Link to it in the forum, forums.sketchup.com. So if anybody wants to grab it, play with it, paint it, awesome. If you do that, just please share it back to the forum so we can see. Not like a demand. If you want to use it, you have to do that. But I'd love to see what you guys do with it, how you take it further. Tyson and I were talking about how much we thoroughly enjoy doing these live models because we get to do this and hang out with you guys, and it's awesome. And here's another Star Wars test for you. If I said, "I love you," what would your response be? While we wait for that to catch up, one of the things we don't like is sometimes you just never get far enough with stuff. And you want to go a little bit further. You want to spend another couple hours on it. You want to spend time like that. But this is where I could send it to you guys, and you can take it that extra mile or meter or whatever they use in that extra parsec. But yeah, so let me clean this up just a little bit more. Let's get rid of this watermark here.
Yes!
Yes.
That's awesome!
Thank you very much. Save that.
Wow.
You'll have to sell your speeder.
I was hoping somebody would come back with Han Solo's response to "I love you." There's still time.
There you go. Keggy got
There it is. All right. I know. Cool. Well, yeah, this turned out pretty cool. I like it. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. I'm happy we got this far, and I'm feeling done for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Just a couple reminders. Come back next Saturday. Tyson's going to be modeling for CNC. That's going to be an awesome one. I don't think we're going to actually run the CNC on the stream, but have files ready to go is the goal.
Yeah. We do the software stuff, the hardware stuff, somebody else can do on their stream.
I think we did that way back. We did a Facebook Live about 3D printing with 3D printers in the background, and the whole time was like sound coming through the stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, that turned out pretty sweet. Andy was asking if I need to purge. If I come here and look at my, I assume you're asking because of those files. I never exploded any of the images I brought into textures, so they didn't get saved as textures. So I don't think they're part of it there. Let's go see if I go into model info.
Components or anything that would be...
Yeah, let's. Oh, that's true. My components I probably would want to purge out. But if I don't, then they're in there for you if you want to back up any steps. Because right now, I got one solid mass. So if you wanted to go back and play with it at all, having the components might be nice. But I am curious. So yeah, so the image is gone. The image is not in there anymore. We have a couple groups, which is Niraj, Landspeeder, this. Oh, and then inside I had some nested stuff. So that's those pieces. And then, yeah, so if I wanted to be done, I could, I could merge that, but let's see if I go into components right now. Yeah, so I still have these pieces in here. So if you grab this model and you wanted to come in and work off of the chunks that I've created so far, this would be available to you. So I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to purge that anymore. I'll just upload it as it is. That way, if you guys, anybody wants to play with it, they can. But if you want to go and color this, textures, whatever, that'd be awesome. Love to see it up on the forum. We like making this a lot, but it means so much more when we get to do it with you guys. So yeah, next week, CNC. Basecamp's still coming in September. Check that out. What's our next podcast, Matt? When are we doing
It's on Wednesday, and it's we're talking about pocket doors with project estimator Russ Thames. So I'll drop a link to that in the chat in a second. But yeah, it's over on our Crowdcast platform. So yeah, check that out Wednesday, noon Mountain Time.
Yeah, that'll be fun. It'll be a good one. Pocket doors. Everybody's got an opinion on those, right? So it'll be a good time. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Have an awesome weekend. Don't forget, it's Mother's Day, in case you didn't catch that. Sunday. Buy some flowers, buy a card.
Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah, you are so welcome. But yeah, enjoy it. Have a good weekend and stay safe, stay sane, and we will see you next week.
Bye.